Grounded.
Pete,
What do I think of
looks like
Grounded?
you really stepped in it this time.
Well, I can very much say it is a survival game,
Hello?
but I don't feel like I need to include
Remember your scout training.
things like hunting
Step
for
1,
food and water.
get your bearings.
I will say I think the bow is
Wow.
pretty
look at
much
the
that's what
size of
that's
that
used
chunky
for
chub's
because
League
the
of
bow
Blue
just doesn't
baseball.
feel very strong to
It's
me.
the size of my dang house.
But yeah, I won't be talking about that. This is mostly just about the fighting, I guess, because there's a lot of that in here. If we ignore the food and water, I can say that it's not all that difficult. It just depends on how well you can parry things. If you can parry things, you're set. If you played Souls games and you're any good at parrying on there, you're good here. I kind of feel like it's a little too strong, but I like it. I hope they don't change it, but it does feel a bit strong. Speaking of strong, if you want an easy time through this game, just make the Ant Club. Seriously, that weapon, it feels way too strong for a beginning weapon. Because all you have to do is hurt a worker ant. When they run away, you just let them run. When soldier ants come, you kill them, get some maniples, you get the Ant Club. It's that easy. A little too easy. Its stun is ridiculous, and it has a lot of damage. If you want a little more of a challenge, I would say stick to using just the spear or the fang weapon. I think it's the spider fang blade or the larva blade. They're both pretty strong, but really close to the Ant Club. What's funny is the larva blade and the spider fang blade, they're actually way harder to get than the Ant Club. The larva blade, because the larvas you gotta fight, they're usually more than one, and they actually hit pretty hard. And the wolf spiders, they just hit really, really hard. And they're kind of a bit difficult to parry. But not too bad. And I found that ladybugs are probably the best things to practice your parry on. Even though they hit really hard. It's the whole fact that if you die to them, you can run back and get your stuff, and if they're around it, you don't have to worry about getting killed by them. Because they don't attack unless you attack. And they have like a really short parry window, so if you can get them, you're good. Although wolf spiders were pretty scary and larvas, gotta say the bombarder beetle was probably the worst for me. Just because that acid spray they have, you can't block it. So I tried blocking it so many times thinking I was just missing the parry window. Or maybe I was still missing the parry window. But after I figured out sidestepping is the way to go with that, they're actually pretty easy now. But I still feel like wolf spiders are probably the hardest, with bombarder beetles being up there. Because sometimes they can just lock onto you and hit you no matter which way you're sidestepping. I think what makes this so difficult is it's not so much the combat, it's the fact that the healing item, I don't know if there's a second tier of healing item. If there is, I didn't get to it. But at least the first tier of healing item is just terrible. The sap to collect it is, in my opinion, a little annoying to get. I mean, sap is everywhere, and actually, if you go all the way to the oak tree, there's a lot of sap there, but it's dangerous to go to the oak tree. But besides that, I found myself using a lot, because I'm not amazing at parrying, but I'm pretty good. I used them way more than I had them, if that makes any sense. Probably not. Also, stink bugs, I didn't get far enough into fight them. I mean, I had opportunities, but I have a feeling they look more intimidating than they actually are. So yeah, I'd say if you can master that parry and you make the Ant Club, you can pretty much be set. Except for a couple enemies. But besides that, you really shouldn't have any problems. Now, if you're just playing it, you didn't make the Ant Club, and you're kind of parrying, I'd say it's maybe a 5 out of 10 for difficulty. If you do make the Ant Club, and you're great at parrying, it's like a 2. And the parry's not even that difficult to learn, honestly. It's very apparent when you're supposed to parry. Like I said, if you can just practice on the ladybug, you're good. For me, it's like a 2 out of 10, but maybe for other people, it might be a 5 out of 10. I don't think it'd go any higher than that for people, honestly. And if you have more than one person playing, I play with 2 other people, we just were able to tear things apart. So yeah, play with friends if you want an easier time. Also, this last little clip, you're gonna see the point, the exact point, when my soul left my body. But here you go.